Hi there, welcome to my little setup over here. If you looked at the title and you thought that you read it wrong or that I typed something wrong, I didn't. No, I know that there are a lot of people out there who film like these 24-hour readathons in which they spend 24 hours reading or time themselves for 24 hours reading books. And that is something that I would love to do one day. But this is like a get real with me situation over here because I'm a mom, I have a kid, I have a lot of work to do. I'm very stressed out actually at the moment because I have exams going on and I have to correct them. So reading for 24 hours would be like a 3-week project probably. So I figured that I would do 2 hours and 40 minutes readathon because for me reading that much in one day is actually quite an achievement right now. So I hope I'm not disappointing you there by maybe tricking you a little bit. So as I said, I have been quite busy, and because of that I have been reading Babel for I think like 20 days by now, which is very uncommon for me. Normally I get a bit like antsy maybe if I haven't finished a book within like 8 days about. I think that's my regular pace for, well, decent sized books. And the problem here was that it took me at least 10 days just to get through the first 100 pages, and that is definitely not the book's fault because the book is quite interesting. I'll talk about it in a bit. But it is just the situation. I have so much going on, and yeah, I'm just not getting there. And this is actually not the book to be picking up for little bits at a time because it is quite maybe intense is not the right word, or heavy. Well, in some ways maybe, I mean like content wise, because Babel is, let's just start at the beginning because I'm starting to ramble already. Babel is about this boy who gets picked up right after his mother died in China, and he's picked up by this professor from the University of Oxford, and he wants him to train in Latin and Greek and develop his languages more and definitely keep up his Cantonese. So when he gets to Babel, he is really good at languages, of course, having the right feeling for the languages and being able to translate. Because this book is all about this magic system in which translation is very important. So in order to do magic, you need a bar of silver, and on the one side you write or you carve a word in English, and on the other side you carve it in a different language, and then you pronounce the word in both languages, and the magic that appears is something that gets lost in translation. An example from the book is they write down the English word, I think it was to explain, and then on the other side they wrote down the Chinese characters that also mean to explain, but they also mean something like to illuminate, to bring light. So in the translation that gets lost, and so it creates light. But we are actually following the story of the boy who has called himself Robin Swift because his Chinese name is, well, too difficult probably to pronounce for the English, and we follow him going to Oxford and getting to know his friends there, the people that he will be studying with, one boy and 2 girls, and that's quite something else actually, having 2 girls at Oxford studying in this year, because this is set at the beginning of the 1800s, and also because he is like a Chinaman and his friend is from India. They attract kind of negative attention as well because they are like foreigners, and we are talking about Britain at the height of its colonizing days, and they are really looking down on the colonies and the people who are from there because they consider them to be like, well, a bit savage, not educated. But yeah, we are seeing their struggles, we are seeing how they are studying, how they are moving on through Babel, and Babel is like the tower where they study their languages at Oxford. So yeah, it's very interesting so far, and I actually left off at quite an interesting part of the book. I'm at page 336 right now, and yeah, it's definitely moving along. really interesting things are happening that I cannot talk about because we are too far in the book already. But I left off there, I think maybe even 3 days ago. And I haven't picked it up since, although I really want to. But because for the exams I have to correct a lot of written work, like essays and things, I have to read and correct as my job for now. And it is making reading not as fun as it normally is for me. So the last couple of days, reading was not something that would put me in a great mindset. Because it would feel too much like working again. And I have been spending my free time doom scrolling and playing insipid games on my cell phone, and now I want to cure that, so I'm actually quite happy to do this challenge. Now, originally, because this is a special day, because it's like a really short period that I have for a bit of free time, because tomorrow I get a new set of exams that I have to correct. And right now my husband is at work and my daughter is at school, and I get to do these 2 hours and 40 minutes of reading, and I'm really looking forward to it. So I try to make things cozy for myself. I set up my cozy reading nook up here. I got my candle going, as you saw in the beginning. I got something to drink, and because I haven't eaten yet, I made myself snack lunch, all things that you can pick up with your fingers, because when you're reading a book, it's quite difficult to read a book if you have to use utensils, cutlery. So I have some sushi, I have some pieces of a wrap, I have some salami sausage, some cheese, and I even put in like a cucumber for the appearance of being healthy. But yeah, that's what I'm going to have during my reading. Looking forward to this as well. So yeah, making this as cozy as I can get. And I'm originally I was planning on filming this video in the forest, so I was going to go to a forest today and film myself reading there to like close myself off from all kinds of distractions that just happen when you are in your own home. But it's kind of gloomy actually outside today, so I did not feel like going and sitting in a forest for 2 hours and 40 minutes. I'm here, I got my snacks, I got my drinks, I have a cat somewhere around here who might stop by for like a cameo or something. So spend a little time with me enjoying the small things in life. That's 2 hours and 40 minutes of reading done. Let's see where I got to. I'm somewhere in the middle of page 390 and I started at 336. So that is, wow, not even 60 pages. I really thought I was going to read more. I was actually hoping that it would be around 100 pages. But apparently I don't read as fast as I think I do, or I thought I did. Yeah. Well, anyway, I moved ahead and I do feel like I'm still going to finish up this chapter. I still have a little bit of time left to do so. And if I finish the chapter, I would be at page 400. So, yeah. Still have quite a lot to go then, because this book is 550 pages long. So that's still quite a lot to go. And as I said before, I got a lot of work to do in the upcoming days. So yeah, we are still not there yet. I think this book will be the book that I have been struggling through for the longest this year. But once again, not because of the book, because everything I've read now in those pages I've read in the last 2 hours and 40 minutes was quite interesting to read. I do think that, well, the four students, they got into a certain situation, really vague, but you know, and then they are trying to handle that situation, and I didn't really agree with their solution as to how they were going to tackle it. I thought they could have been smarter about it, but anyway, they moved on to other things that are happening now. Worst review ever. Yeah, but anyway, I am still enjoying this. It is quite interesting to see what is going on, the differences that they are showing now in how things could be handled and how people feel about how things are handled. Yeah, it's yeah, truly an interesting book. So I do hope that I will find the little bits and pieces of time here and there to finally finish up this book, hopefully in the next couple of days. But anyway, thank you for being here. Thank you for enjoying some reading time with me. And I hope that your reading is going a bit more uncomplicated than mine is. I hope you are enjoying a very good book right now. And I hope to see you soon in another video. Bye!